My father-in-law left me his house instead of his own son, so my husband tried to forge the will. When Frank died, I expected his son David, my husband of 8 years, to inherit everything. Frank had always been cold to me, barely acknowledging my existence at family dinners. He'd grunt responses to my questions and never once thanked me for the casseroles I brought over. So imagine my shock when the lawyer called on a Tuesday morning while I was folding laundry. "Mrs. Morrison, your father-in-law has left you the family estate on Maple Drive, including all contents and financial assets." I dropped the phone. The estate was worth over $2 million. A sprawling Victorian house with 12 rooms, antique furniture, and Frank's classic car collection. David was in the kitchen when I told him, stirring sugar into his coffee like he did every morning for 8 years. His routine was sacred. 2 cups, 3 sugar cubes, never cream. "That's impossible," he said, his face going white. The coffee mug slipped from his hands and shattered against the tile floor. "Dad would never leave you anything. He barely tolerated you." "The reading is tomorrow at 2 p.m., I said, still processing the shock myself. That night, David paced our bedroom like a caged animal. There has to be an explanation. Maybe he was confused from the medications. Maybe someone influenced him. "David, your father was sharp until the end. Sharp enough to screw over his only son?" The next day, we sat in Mr. Henderson's mahogany-paneled office. David's hands were shaking as the lawyer read the will aloud with deliberate precision. "To my daughter-in-law, Sarah Morrison, who showed me more genuine kindness in 8 years than my own son showed in 35, I leave my house at 1247 Maple Drive and all its contents, including my investment portfolio valued at $1.2 million. David shot up from his chair like he'd been electrocuted. "This is wrong. My father was sick, confused. Sarah manipulated him during those visits." Mr. Henderson adjusted his wire-rimmed glasses calmly. "Your father came to me 6 months ago, Mr. Morrison. He was of completely sound mind and very clear about his intentions." "But why?" David demanded, turning to me with wild eyes. "What did you do to him?" I thought about all those Tuesday afternoons I'd spent with Frank after his stroke, helping him shower when David claimed he was too busy with work, reading mystery novels to him when David said hospitals made him uncomfortable, sitting through his chemo treatments when David couldn't handle seeing his father weak. "I just visited him," I said quietly. David's face twisted with pure rage. "We're contesting this. There's no way in hell Actually," Mr. Henderson interrupted, "there's something else your father left." He pulled out a sealed envelope. "A letter. He suspected you might challenge the will." David went completely pale. "What kind of letter?" The lawyer's expression darkened as he scanned the contents. "One that explains exactly why he chose your wife over his own son, in very specific detail." David grabbed my arm so hard I winced, his fingers digging into my flesh. "We're leaving, right now." In the car, David was silent until we reached a red light on Main Street. Then he turned to me with eyes I'd never seen before, cold and calculating. "You're going to sign that house over to me tomorrow." "David, I don't think, or I'll make sure you never see a penny of any of it. I'll drag you through court for years." That night, I woke up at 2:17 a.m. to find David hunched over his laptop in the dark. On the screen was a PDF of Frank's will, with David's name carefully typed where mine had been. I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.